And Boaz said to her at mealtime, come here and eat of the bread, and dip your piece of bread in the vinegar. And she said, and she sat beside the reapers, and he passed parched grain to her, and she ate and was satisfied, and kept some back. She has found favor in the eyes of Boaz, kwa sababu ya mambo alikuwa anafanya. Verse 15. And when she rose up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men. Sasa hebu angalia hapa. Boaz commanded his young men, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves, the sheaves, and do not reproach her. Do not reproach her. Reproach. Your version inasema nini? I just want another word ya reproach. Verse 15. Pati ya mwisho. Wenye tuna follow. It is the same one. Verse 15, chapter 2, verse 15. Pale mwisho. And do not reproach her. Your version, somebody? Another word? Reprimand. 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 Somebody else with another word? Don't stop her. Why do you think aliwakataza wasimstop, wasimreprimand, wasimreproach? Kevin, you have the mic. Butupatie jibu. Of course, she was a foreigner. Sini kweli? She was a foreigner. She was a Moabite woman. So, definitely, awa wangemistreat. You are a foreigner. Umekuja huku kufanya nini? You are not one of us. You are not like us. Ametetewa na nani? Na Boaz. Akawapatia more instruction. Also, let some grain fall from the bundle. Also, let some grain from the bundles fall purposely for her. Tuko pamoja? Yaani anawaambia mkiendelea kuvuna mkuwe mnaangusha zingine tu deliberately. Mkuwe mnaangusha, ndio yeye akikuja kuglean anafanya nini? Anaokota. Yani favor. You see the kind of favor this woman has found. Because of being faithful to Naomi. Purposely for her. Leave it that she may glean, and do not rebuke her. Verse 17. So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out what she had gleaned. And it was about an ephah of barley. Yani akakota jioni sasa prepare. Yani ni kama tu maharagwe venye unaokota then unaigonga inatoa nao the maharagwe, unabeba hiyo unaacha nao hiyo uchafu huko. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Verse 18. Then she took it up and went into the city, and the mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned. So she brought out and gave to her what she had kept back after she had been satisfied. And her mother-in-law said to her, where have you gleaned today? Akashangaa. Umeleta hii yote umetoa wapi? And where did you work? Blessed be the one who took notice of you. So alikuja na at least amebeba something. Praise the name of the living God. So she told her mother-in-law with whom she had worked, and said the man's name with whom I work today is Boaz. So I can report now it's Boaz. Then Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, blessed be the Lord, who has not forsaken his kindness to the living and the dead. And Naomi said to her, the man is a relative of ours, and one of our king's men. Then Ruth the Moabitess said, he has also said to me, you shall stay close to my young men until they have finished all the harvest. And Naomi said to Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that you go out with these young women, and that people do not meet you in any other field. That people should not meet you in any other field. Alikuwa anamuona kwa sababu she's a Moabite woman. So akienda meet na wengine na already explain hapa, she has found favor to some of these women. So at least there is somewhere in that foreign land ambapo she is accepted. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So tunaona Ruth sasa anamfafanulia Boaz is one of your kinsmen, is one of our relative, and is a good man. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Ruth anareport everything. She is very faithful. Anaelezea hata mambo mengine hampaswi kuelezea. Hii nilitoa wapi? Niliglean kwa shamba ya Boaz. Na pia huyo Boaz aliniambia nikae pia karibu na nini? Nikae karibu na the young women wenye walikuwa wanafanya kazi kwake. Like Boaz noticed her. So she stayed close. Now verse 23. She stayed close by the young women of Boaz to glean until the end of barley harvest. Mambo yakaendelea hivyo, kila siku anaenda. Of harvest and of barley harvest and wheat harvest, and she dwelt with her mother-in-law. Praise the name of the living God. Sasa tuko chapter 3. Chapter 2 is done. I hope we are getting something. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. I hope we are getting something. So now chapter 3 verse 1. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, "My daughter, shall I not seek security for you, that it may be well with you?" Verse 2. Now Boaz, whose young women you were with, is he not our kinsman? In fact, he is winnowing barley tonight at the threshing floor. Therefore, wash your feet and anoint yourself. Put on your best garment and go down to the threshing floor, but do not make yourself known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. There is something being introduced here by Naomi. Naomi has seen an opportunity yenye Ruth aoni. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Yenye Ruth afanye nini? Aoni. Praise the name of the living God. Yeah, unajua Naomi ni yeye amekuwa akiguide this woman in the foreign land. In the land yenye yeye aielewi. Anamuelezea what to do. Enda, come bring the report. From the report, Naomi anampatia the next step what to do. Na iliendelea, tunaambiwa iliendelea hivyo mpaka hiyo season yote ya barley na wheat ikaisha. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. But now Naomi has seen a different opportunity. Praise the name of the living God. Na ndiposa hili jambo lilikuwa linanifunza one thing. It's good to be accountable to the man of God. Praise the name of the living God. It's good to be accountable to someone who has authority over you. Kwa sababu saa zingine kuna mambo ambayo sisi wenyewe hatujui. We are in this journey of salvation. All of us we are in this journey of salvation. But for example, katika madhabahu haya kuna ule kuhani ambaye Mungu amempatia ufunuo zaidi kutuliko sisi. Praise the name of the living God, whom we should be accountable to with our life. Tunamuelezea the challenges that we face in life. Tunamuelezea tumeprosper in this area. Tunamuelezea tumefika hapa. Tunaaminia Mungu huu mlango. Yes, tunakuwa accountable. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Na inafika mahali, because of our accountability, the man of God has some track record of our lives. Inafika mahali, the man of God is able to see beyond what we are able to see as mere men. Praise the name of the living God, in quotes. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Mere men in quotes. Kwa sababu hauna ule uwezo wa kuona as the man of God anaweza ona. Hatuwezi kuwa makuhani wawili from the same altar. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Praise the name of the living God. So it's good to be accountable. Inafika mahali Mungu anapatia ule kuhani maono kuhusu your life. Na yale maono anaya make sure yanatimia in your life. Wewe mwenyewe unaweza kuwa hata ujui, hauna idea. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. But the man of God is able, the man mwenye you are accountable to is able to see what you cannot see. And now here is Naomi. Ruth hata ajui ni nini Naomi anajaribu kumwambia hapa. Wamekaa sana. Sasa Naomi anaona something. And sasa tutaona anamconnect na Boaz. And we see a happy ending at the end. But from beginning, Ruth had no hakuwa anajua it can end like that. She was guided by who? By Naomi. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Katika madhabahu haya mimi am a witness. I have seen the man of God akiinua watu. akipatia watu wenye wamekuwa waaminifu in this altar ama kwa hii ministry, akiwapatia idea, and those who have been faithful to obey, maisha yao imebadilika. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kama saa hii, kama last year kulikuwa na neema kubwa sana ya kuingia in the transport industry, and we started with one. The man of God anaangalia mtu, anaona wewe unaweza fanya hivi, na anakupush, do this, go and do this. Wewe unaona hii jambo ni ngumu, haiwezekani, ni kama haiwezekani, lakini because of his persistence anakupush, unataka ni kama utaki, unajipata tu umefanya, and after a while these people are smiling. Praise the name of the living God. I hope ukikaa hapa unajua, unafunguka macho, unaangalia mambo yana happen namna gani. Kama wewe hauoni, wacha nikufungue macho, unaona, uone. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Na hakuna mtu ashaikaa katika haya madhabahu na akakuwa mwaminifu na akakuwa guided by the man of God to follow this path na akakosa kusucceed, including myself. Praise the name of the living God. Unaambiwa ukifuata hii njia ya maombi, I see a door opening. Lakini nikiangalia maisha naona ngumu. Yani I see darkness. Hata hakuna kale kawingu kadogo ka hope. But the man of God is able to see beyond what I'm able to see. So what is needed of me is just obedience. Praise the name of the living God. So let's move on with the life of Ruth. Now, verse 2. Now Boaz, whose young women were with you, is he not your kinsman? Tulikuwa verse what? Verse 4 now. Amempatia some instruction. Verse 3. Therefore wash yourself. Jioshe, jiandae. And anoint yourself. Jipake marashi. Put on your best garment. Ngara vizuri. And go down to the threshing floor. Sasa enda kazini ukiwa very smart. But do not make yourself known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Until he has finished eating and drinking. Remember, this was a relative to Naomi. So Naomi alikuwa anamjua vizuri sana. Na Ruth hakuwa anamjua. Then it shall be, when he lies down, that you shall notice the place where he lies. And you shall go in and cover his feet and lie down, and he will tell you what you should do. Verse 5. And she said to her, all that you said to me, I will do. She has not refused to obey. I may accept. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So she went down to the threshing floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law instructed her. Hakuenda kinyume hata neno moja. And after Boaz had eaten and drank, and his heart was cheerful, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of the grain, and she came softly and covered his feet and lay down. Now it happened at midnight that the man was startled. To be startled ni ile something imekuguza. Yani you feel something imekuguza. The man was startled ama moved to. Unajua ukilala usiku yani you come back to your senses, move, something like that. So it's ni usiku. He went, I believe these people used to work day and night. Si ni kweli? Kifika usiku, nafika wakati wanalala tuko. We are in which verse? Verse 8. Now it happened at midnight that the man was startled and turned himself, and there a woman was lying at his feet. And he said, who are you? So she answered, I am Ruth, your maidservant. Take your maidservant under your wing, for you are a near kinsman. Then he said, blessed are you for the Lord. Blessed are you of the Lord, my daughter. For you have shown more kindness at the end than at the beginning, in that you did not go after young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, do not fear. I will do for you all that you request. For all the people of your town know that you are a virtuous woman. So the intention of Ruth in all this thing was to make sure that Boaz has noticed Ruth. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Yani ni kama Boaz alikuwa amekaa sana hajapata bibi. Na sasa Ruth ameona, Naomi ameona opportunity ya kuconnect Boaz na Ruth. Na kwa sababu Naomi anajua Boaz vizuri sana na anajua secret za kuwin Boaz, ku make sure notice a certain woman, ametengeneza a way ya ku make sure that Boaz notice nani? Ruth. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Now all this is happening and it is made possible because Ruth is an obedient woman. And now Boaz has discovered, has noticed the woman. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. The goal of Naomi imetimia. So akamwambia hivi, stay this night and in the morning it shall be that if he will perform the duty of a near kinsman for you. Verse 13, verse 12. Now it is true that I am your near kinsman. However, there is a kinsman nearer than I. There is a kinsman nearer than I. So in other words, Boaz was to take Ruth as a wife, was to inherit her as a wife, kwa sababu she was a kinsman, yani walikuwa related as a family. So she was to inherit Ruth as a wife. But according to the customs in those days, the person who was supposed to inherit a window was the person who was closer, more closer to her. Kwa sababu anamwambia, there is another one who is more nearer than I am. So kwa ranks, I'm not nearer to you. I'm not related. My relationship with you, kifamilia, kuna mwingine ako mbele yangu. So huyo ndio anapaswa kufanya nini? Akurithi. But sasa Boaz akamwambia, naweza kukurithi, yes, but this is what I'm going to do. That I'm going to ask now the other kinsman to take you. But if he doesn't take you, then I can take you as a wife. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So stay this night, and in the morning it shall be that if he will perform the duty of the near kinsman for you, good, let him do it. But if he does not want to perform the duty for you, then I will perform the duty for you. And the Lord lives. Lie down until morning. So she lay at his feet until morning, and she arose before one could recognize another. Then she said, do not let it be known that the woman came to the, then she said, do not let it be known that the woman came to the threshing floor. Also he said, bring the shawl that is on you and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 ephahs of barley and laid it on her. Then she went into the city. So it has happened. Yale mambo Ruth, Naomi alikuwa anataka atimia, amefanya nini? Yametimia. Amewaeka kwa mtego. Na lile jambo likafanya nini? Likatimia. She has been noticed by Boaz, and now Boaz is ready to take her. But Boaz is a righteous man. He has to follow what? The right procedure. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. What are we learning from that part? Ama sisi opportunity ikijitokeza, that's it. I don't need to analyze. I don't need to think twice. Hii opportunity imefanya nini? Imejileta. Wabaria. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kazi ndio umekuwa ukiombea kazi upate kazi. Let me bring your mind here. Ulikuwa umeipeleka mbali sana. Umeombea kazi for long. Na opportunity tu ziko. Now unajisema hii kazi nimekuwa nikiombea for long na sasa opportunity imetokea. So you just enter into that opportunity without thinking twice. And you find that haikuwa opportunity ya Mungu. Unajua sometimes wakati tuko kwa maombi, tunaomba Mungu atujibu mambo fulani. Hata shetani anaona chenye tunaombea. So somehow anaweza scheme something pale kando, I package in a way that inakaa ni kama yale maombi yamefanya nini? Yamejibiwa. It's good to think twice. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. And to do things the right way. So this is a man of God, na tunaona anataka kufanya mambo in a right way. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So let's move on. So Boaz amemrelease na wakaagana. Ataki to make sure that people will suspect anything. Ndio maana amemwachilia asubuhi na mapema, na hajamwacha hivyo tu, amempatia nini? Some wheat flour ili akaepelekee nani? Akapelekee Naomi. Verse 16, chapter 3. So when she had come to her mother-in-law, she said, "Is that you, my daughter?" Then she told her all that the man had done for her. Ruth is an honest woman. And she said, "These 6 ephahs of barley he gave to me. For he said to me, 'Do not go empty-handed to your mother-in-law.'" Then she said, "Sit still, my daughter, until you know how the matter will turn out. For the man will not rest until he has concluded the matter this day." Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Naomi alikuwa na the whole script. Like alikuwa anajua how I'm going to direct this movie. Acha niseme hivyo. Ikitoka hivi, I know the result. So hapa Naomi is very sure that this man is not going to rest until ana make sure that this Boaz amefanya the right thing na amempossess nani? Amepossess Ruth. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. And because of the obedience of Ruth, yeye anafollow the script ya nani? Ya Naomi. Yeye ajui what will happen next. But Naomi anafanya nini? Anajua. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Unajua kuna wakati nimekuwa in troubles. Na ukapata I don't know what to do. So I talk to the man of God. Namuelezea situation venye iko na ananipatia direction. But now the direction ananipatia, sometimes I don't understand it. Like unapata kitu anakuambia, hii unaona hapana. Ipasi kuwa hivyo. But what is required of me is just what? Obedience. But the moment na obey, naona mambo ina unfold vizuri. Ina unfold vizuri. Naambiwa fanya hivi, nafanya hivyo. Naona mambo inafanya nini? Ina unfold vizuri. Naweza kuwa sijui mwisho, but this person anajua hili jambo ukifanya hivi, Mungu amemwezesha, amempatia huo uwezo. If you do this, Baba gift, definitely you will get this what? This result. I know very well, I know my God very well. Najua huyu Mungu ambaye huwa tunaabudu mahala hapa. Ukifanya tu hivi, definitely the result will be like this. Ana imekuwa hivyo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Yeah, so let's wacha tukisoma hii usisome tu, get something, and I believe we are getting something. We are about to wind up. We are in which verse? I want to see if we are still together. Verse 15. For the man will not rest until he has concluded this matter. So now the final chapter, let's see how the matter will be concluded and see what will happen now to Ruth. Now Boaz went up to the gate and sat down there. And behold, the near king's men of whom Boaz had spoken came by. So Boaz said, "Come aside, friend, sit down here." So he came aside and sat down. And he spoke, and he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, "Sit down here." So they sat down. Sasa Boaz ameita wazee sasa. Ame-identify Ruth mahali. Kuna jambo anataka kuambia hawa wa nini? Hawa wazee. Boaz is following the right path so that he can do the right thing. Asimkosee Mungu na asimkosee mwanadamu pia. And he took 10 men. Now verse 3. Then he said to the near king's men. Sasa akawaambia, Naomi, who has come back from the country of Moab, sold the piece of the land which belongs to her brother Elimelech. Sold the piece of land which belongs to our brother Elimelech. So Elimelech was a brother, was related to, very closely related to Boaz. So tunaambiwa he sold the piece of land. It's like he transferred the ownership of the land now to, kwa sababu back then wakati nilikuwa nafanya my research, once the husband has died, back then the woman had no title to, ama had no authority to own the land. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Back in those days. So when the husband dies, the land that belongs to that husband inakuwa now taken to the nearest kingsman, like yule brother anamfuata. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So here the word selling in my version is not necessarily selling, but is now taking back the land to the family. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hope we are getting something. And I thought to inform you, saying, buy it back in the presence of the inhabitant, in the presence of the inhabitants and the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, redeem it. But if you will not redeem it, then tell me that I may know, for there is no one but you to redeem it. And I am next after you. And he said, I will redeem it. Then Boaz said, so the nearer kingman, mwenye anapaswa kupossess the land, sasa ameletwa mbele ya wazee. So anaambiwa, now take the land of our brother Elimelech, enye inakuwa possessed na nani? Na Naomi. Aja mention Ruth. Boaz is a wise man. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So ame mention bado land. So now the nearer kingsman akasema, nitafanya nini? Nitainunua. I'll repossess it. So then Boaz said, sasa amekubali hiyo, on the day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you must also buy it from Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead on his inheritance. So ukipossess the land ya Naomi, unapaswa pia kupossess yule mke wake ambaye ni in-law wa Naomi, so that the name ya watoto wa Naomi ifanye nini? Iendelee kudumu kwa hii familia yetu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. You know, back then Dad, welcome. Tunaendelea vizuri. Yeah. Yes. So you see, once you possess the wife of the deceased, wale watoto utazaa hawataitanishwa na jina yako, wataitanishwa na jina ya mwenye alikufa. Ndio maana wanasema so that the name of the kingsman iendelee kudumu. So now hapo ndio kuna mtego, na Boaz alikuwa wise, alikuwa anajua my brother hawezi kubali hiyo. So then Boaz said, on the day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you must also buy it from Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead on his inheritance. And the near kingsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I ruin my own inheritance. Sasa hapa ameona hapana, hii mimi siwezi kubali. You redeem my right of redemption for yourself, for I cannot redeem it. So now this was the custom in the former times in Israel concerning redeeming and exchanging to confirm anything. One man took off his sandals and gave it to the other. Wanaelezea sasa how the exchange was, ilikuwa inafanyika. Gave it to another. And this was an attestation in Israel. Therefore, the near kingsman said to Boaz, buy it for yourself. So he took off his sandals. So ni kama anampatia yale mamlaka ya kurithi kile ambacho angerithi yeye. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So waka exchange, wakafanya hiyo custom ya ku-exchange. And Boaz was wise. Aliita nini? Aliita wazee. And Boaz said to the elders and to all the people, you have witnessed this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's and all that was Kilion and Mahon's from the hand of Naomi. Hawa walikuwa wale watoto wawili wa nani? Wa Naomi. So Boaz sasa amemiliki chochote walikuwa nacho. Together with who? The wife Ruth. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, I have acquired as my wife, to raise up the name of the dead on his inheritance, that the name of the dead may not be cut off from among his brethren and from the gate of his place. You are witness to this day. And all the people who were at the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman who is coming to your house like Rachel and Leah, the two who built the house of Israel. Sasa wakambarikia mke, wakabariki sasa now who was to be now the wife of Boaz, ambaye ni Ruth. Kamwambia akue yani akue wa manufaa jinsi Rachel na Leah wali build the house of Jacob. The two who built the house of Israel, and may you prosper in Ephrathah and be famous in Bethlehem. May your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, because of the offspring which the Lord will give you from this woman. Yani ni baraka wanampatia. So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. And when she went in to her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bore a son. Then the woman said to Naomi, blessed be the Lord. Then the women said to Naomi, blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a near kinsman, and may his name be famous in Israel. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. And may he be to you a restorer of life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you, who is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. You see, these women, wale wanawake walikuwa wamesurround maisha ya Naomi. They saw the son who was born to Naomi through Ruth was a blessing to them. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Yani hizi baraka Ruth ni kama hakuwa Naomi ni kama hakuwa anaziona, but wale watu walikuwa around walikuwa wanaona zile baraka ambazo yeye hakuwa anaziona. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So we see from chapter 1 mpaka chapter 4 vile tumesoma, all that was happening was so that Ruth anaweza kuwa nani? Anaweza kuwa mke wa Boaz, and a son is born. Let's see what kind of a son is this. Then the woman said to Naomi, no, verse 15, and may he be a restorer of your life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you, who is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him. Then Naomi took the child and laid him on her bosom and became a nurse to him. Mungu amerejeshea Naomi ile furaha angekuwa nayo kupitia kwa watoto wake, but now through someone different. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Na unaona zile baraka hao wanawake wanaongea, wanazungumza toward Naomi. Then verse 17, also the local women gave him a name, saying, there is a son born to Naomi, and they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. And we know about David. It is the lineage, David ako kwa genealogy ya nani? Ya Yesu. Si ni kweli? Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Praise the name of the living God. So, what do you learn from the whole story? What do you learn from the whole of that story? Right from beginning mpaka vile mambo yalikuwa yanaenda mpaka saa hii tunaambiwa Mungu na Ruth akabarikiwa na mtoto through Boaz ambaye alikuwa anaitwa Obed. Na tunaambiwa huyu Obed ni yeye alikuwa the father of who? The father of Jesse. And Jesse is the father of David. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So, what do we learn? The end is a sweet end. Si ni kweli? The end is a sweet end. You see, this is a son mwenye amezaliwa, na tunaambiwa huyu kutoka kwa huyu mtoto ambaye ni Obed alizaa Jesse, na Jesse alizaa David. Na kupitia hiyo genealogy yote ndio Yesu alizaliwa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So God had an initial plan right from beginning. Had that plan in mind that through a son who is called Obed, na mwenye atatoka kutoka kwa maisha ya Ruth na Naomi, ili jambo litatimika. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So sometimes Mungu anaweza kuwa akona mipango mikubwa kuhusu maisha yetu, na anatupitisha njia ambazo hatuelewi, but the end of it inakuanga tu iko sweet. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Tunaona hapa Naomi amepoteza bwana yake, amepoteza hawa watoto wawili, but Mungu anampatia just one faithful friend ambaye ni Ruth. And Mungu anatumia Ruth to make the name of Naomi and the family of Naomi, mpaka tunasoma siku ya leo, ijulikane. Na ndio iko katika ukoo wa nani? Wa Yesu. Everything happens for good to those who believe in the Lord. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So it doesn't matter the situation that we find ourselves in. Tunaweza kuwa tuko so blinded, mambo vile yanatokea hatujielewi, we don't even have a clue, hatujui. But as long as we are in the right path, let us just believe in God. And tusiwahi siku moja laumu Mungu. Tukiwa kwa shida, hata shida itokee aje, osala hao watu wakufanyie hivyo, mambo ya kuwe vile yalienda, never blame God. Everything happens for good to those who believe in the Lord. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Ndiposa nilikuwa nawaambia, niliacha kublame my people vile walini raise and my parents. Kasema, Mungu, kama ulisema nikuwe hivyo, nikuwe in that family, you know why you placed me there. There must be a reason. Something great is in me, and I know one day you will bring it out. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. So usijali, usikuwa unaona giza, wewe hauna mbele wala nyuma, ujui maisha yako yameenda aje, yani ujijui. Just pray to God, believe in God. Mungu anatuwazia mambo mema na mambo mazuri, and the end is always sweet as long as we obey the Lord. So that was it. That was the book of Ruth. You can go and restudy it. Na Mungu anaweza kupatia ufunuo tofauti, na tukue watu wa kuobey the word of God, na tukue watu wa kufanya mambo mazuri na wa kusoma neno. So Mungu awabariki. Thank you my dad and my mom for giving me this opportunity. Ninashukuru.
Wow. Thank you so much. Let us appreciate Baba Gift. Wow. That is so powerful. Thank you. Thank you, our online viewers. Thank you for following. May God bless you. Let us leave the